So I can unplug this. So this is some of the stuff that was just left from, or they worked hard at it. So I just left water line, um, and checking on all the boats and everything. So this is where I'm getting off the island. Anna Marie Elementary School. I went there. My kids went there, and now my grandbaby's going there. Of course, they had to let her go in town last week because they had to shut it down. I don't know if it was for damage or just people coming out here and whatnot. Yeah, there's a tree right over there that's like a slide when we were kids. It was a lot bigger when we were kids. I went and looked at it the other day. So what I'm trying to do here is just to give you a quick little view of, I'm going to try to go through the public beach. They don't have the barriers up, so I guess that means it's okay to go through there. This being live, I hope this isn't going to get me in trouble. Ah, they do have it closed. Darn. Well, let's see if we can actually see some. I want to try to show you some waves because it is huge. Ah, I was going to sneak in the other way like the police do. We've got all this stuff here now, so you can't do it. And, but it makes my windshield wipers squeak. That doesn't do well for audio. Oh gosh. I hope y'all just have nothing else to do. That's the reason you're watching this fool in the truck. Maybe that's what I should call it. No, the YouTube channel is Ben Chasing Squirrels. So please go to YouTube and push in Ben Chasing Squirrels and subscribe and like and share. I just started it. I'm learning all this stuff. West Coast Surf Shop. Everything looks good. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Our advertising for Andrew. I gotta move that. Oh, that's deep. It was just sand, not quicksand or anything. So I'm behind West Coast Surf Shop. That across the street's mellow. Looks like it's holding up, but look at all the sand just from that last storm. They call it mellow yellow. Oh, it's not important. It is to me, but probably not to y'all. There you go. Called these guys after the storm. I made that little sign box there to sell tours when we got that deal going. So, hell, gives me something to talk about. So back in '08, We were in the real estate market, as you know, what happened there. It didn't work out so well. And we had to basically start over. I came here in an S10 pickup truck. We had moved to Polk County. My son JD was a pro wakeboarder, and so we moved over there for him. And then it got not well. The thing happened. So anyway, I kind of came back to Anna Maria, tail tucked, and told Jim Brady. I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing these paddle boards and stuff. And, you know, you gotta keep hustling. If you quit, you might as well, walk off into the sunset." Oh my God! Hold on. Since I'm doing this, dude, I'll call you as soon as I'm done. I promise. Maybe 4 feet, maybe 5. So these Australian pines that everybody seems to hate so much, except the birds, and I guarantee all that they took out down in Braden Beach, down by the piers there, before the last storm, that they wish they had them, because it completely destroyed that area there. So I'm trying to get a good little, there's a nice little left. Oh my God. We used to have a pier that went right out there. Here's a little wave coming in. Trying to, when I first pulled up, really good left came through. But we used to have a pier right out here. And when we get storms like this, it was just, especially on the north side of the pier, you get this south swell, and it would just get real good. There's places up in Anna Maria City that are better known. We called it Beach Street, but now they call it White Avenue or something. My brother was actually the first person, maybe Gene Blackburn, to surf out there, and he pretty much claimed it. And yeah, he sits out way out offshore and catches the big sets that come through. But yeah, it's if it wasn't such a crazy storm that's going to be here within, I don't know, 5-6 hours, I'm not sure what it is, I'll be long gone. This place would be loaded right now with people surfing. But kind of back to the story. So I got, and this is something about kindness and whatnot. I got back here. Sue actually stayed in Polk County, and I got back and I talked to Jim, and I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing these paddleboard things." Sue and I had done some. We were in a health gig thing, and that was one of our exercises. Of course, fake it till you make it, or remake it, or whatever you want to call it. And so I went to Jim, and he says, "Man, Ronnie's been trying to get me to do this." And he goes, "Gosh, he was probably 60 at the time." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'd love to." Well, so Jim, I'm actually still here by the surf shop, so I'm going to just point it out. And this is about me. If it's not about the storm, so if y'all don't want to listen to this, that's fine. I understand it. But, so where those doors are, all right, I almost lost it. So where those doors are there's storage up underneath it. I mean, I'm fortunate because I'm able to walk underneath it. If you're 6 feet, you're probably bumping your head. And then over here, well, he said, "Hey, Ben, don't worry about it. You can have the whole downstairs, and use our facility. Hey, use our boards and sell them for us, and it's a win-win. And and I'm like, yeah, that'd be perfect. I could use. And I said, the problem that I have, Jim, is I don't have a dime. I had a $1,500 S10 pickup truck. And the reason I'm telling the story is it's because people like this, the kindness that they showed, and Jim's always been that guy. So I told him, I said, that's perfect, man, but I don't have a dime. And he says, hey, don't worry about it, Ben. So he gave me 10 paddle boards. It might have been 5. I don't even remember. We were so blessed. And he gave us those boards, and we were able to get a trailer and start AMI paddleboard. And through his kindness, we put our heads down and worked our asses off and built it up to a pretty substantial business. And I swore I'd never get into the boats again. The last charter I made on my boat, I was working out of where Gwen and Bobby are now. It was where tide tables are, and it was Miss Cortez fleet. And so the last charter I had, a guy, and it doesn't matter where he's from, but we had a phenomenal day out fishing. I filleted them all up, and there's restrictions and stuff. So we had a number of fish that we filleted, and he held out the bag as he was walking off, and he said, "This doesn't look like $300 worth of fish." And of course, at that point, I just, bad word, and I called it a day. I started a landscape business, and so we got into the tour business, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, the main thing about that, what I was talking about back there, is Jim Brady and his family, Ronnie, his wife, it's kindness that we have to show one another. And you have to help where you can. Don't be, you take care of your own. But, through these storms, we're seeing a lot of kindness. People taking the time, people taking the time to really watch out for one another. Chris Culhane at the center, man, that guy has not stopped working for this community. The center, there was some bad management there for a long time, and I had nothing to do with it. And when Chris took that center over again, he's turned that place into a local for the people who live here. He's turned it into for the people who vacation here. He's just, done a great job with this. And so I was fortunate enough, I actually asked him, I said, I'd love to be on the board. And so, this is still a real tight-knit community with the people that are left. A lot of the people that had to move off the island because of what's happened out here with the changing of the houses and stuff like that, and the pricing of everything. But, we have great concerts that come out here, and it's just a wonderful place to be a part of. And that's probably why I get so emotional about stuff, because I've seen Fort Myers, and I don't hope a Fort Myers incident on anybody, but I certainly don't want it here either. Oh, the road's closed going this way. I don't know what the sign says going out to the island. I'm not going to look. But yeah, here's the compass and Fridays or Floridays, and right now it's just it's the calm. Even though it's blowing like crazy, it's the calm before this storm. and I am safe. I have a great place to stay. If this storm surge maps and stuff are any indication, you know, we're in a lot better shape than we were 3 days ago. But, you know, it could wiggle and wobble and do whatever it does. So, you know, nobody's safe from this stuff right now. But as you see, it's not much of anything other than, you know, an afternoon thunder shower that's, you know, kind of a big one. So I'm almost back to Palmasola Park. I'm here in Perico, going past Jim and Ronnie's house. They're back over here this way. Gosh, I can't believe there's this many people watching us. You know, some goofy old man that's, you know, talks about dolphins. Uh-oh, somebody else is going out here. They're like, hey, you're not supposed to be out here. So we're coming up to Palmasola Bay up here. This is Flamingo off to the right. It is showing some rain, or blah, blah, blah. Hold on.